The court-ordered recount for the KANDEP open seat expected to start today at the Wabeg Primary School did not eventuate. NBC Enga's Leslie Kili files this phone update from Wabeg.
Only 10 o'clock today morning. They were supposed to open up the container box. We were expecting that to be opened up today, but that never eventuated. Now, all counting officials were didn't stop waiting long, and I'm on the way to go now. Today, around 2 o'clock, on the Electoral Commission office only come, only talks about by only that long tomorrow morning. Now, the reason we're only giving on, only talk of them, like at KI, the returning officer was didn't go past long, can be elected long 2012. And we only later on come by any open up, no presence long, only open up this container, any by identify them or talk about how only been put them on this long boxes long KANDEP.
Meantime, opposition leader and KANDEP MP Don Pollier will know by tomorrow afternoon whether his slip rule application will be heard by the Supreme Court. Mr. Pollier will also know if the recount will be stayed or not. The two matters were heard today by Justice Alan David, sitting as a single Supreme Court judge. He is part of the three-man bench which ordered the recount of all votes on September 6th. The opposition leader has called on the board and management of Air Niugini not to compromise the safety of the travelling passengers. This follows the recent sacking of the 8 national pilots by Air Niugini's management. Mr. Pollier says the sacking of the 8 pilots would result in the remaining pilots doing overtime to cover loss of manpower and ultimate disruption of flight services. He said this will put the lives of the travelling public at risk. Hence, the opposition leader is calling on the management of the national airline to place the safety of passengers as a priority. Mr. Pollier is further appealing to the Minister for Public Enterprise to intervene as well. The National Capital District Commission is determined to keep the city clean through the effective enforcement of the Betel Nut Control Law. Governor Porus Pakop announced today in a media conference that offenders of the ban will either pay a spot fine or do community work. He said it's not an easy decision, but it's necessary to help impose the Betel Nut Control Law. Esther Bralinwani reports.
The governor of the nation's capital says higher the penalty, the more the level of the compliance from the public. It is understandable that 500 kina is too much, but this is to ensure Papua New Guinea has a beautiful city. There is an option for those who cannot afford.
Bit of a mixed success. 500 kina is not easy for people to pay. So most of the people who have been caught, I think they prefer to do community work than paying a fine. So that's a good outcome too.
Enforcing the law on Betel Nut is not as easy as it sounds. The enforcing team of NCDC has encountered a lot of challenges.
We've been trying our very best, even though we're going against a lot of challenges from people, but we will still continue to do our best for the good of our people and the country. I had several meetings with the police command in NCD. They will come on board to assist.
Governor Pakop says he does not expect the result of the BUAI ban to be 100% successful, but so far it has been positive.
The police now will help us with the enforcement. They have uniforms and they go in a properly marked NCD police vehicle. They are clearly marked with a yellow stripe and with the Lakatoi logo. So, that's clearly identifiable. The rangers, that's another thing. We have not given them the powers yet to arrest. So the rangers, they will only stop you.
The Commission has advised Betel Nut sellers and chewers that NCDC will continue to enforce the Betel Nut Control Law as it moves to identify locations within the city for the sales of Betel Nut.
We have given a temporary uplift of the ban. We want people to follow instructions, follow the rule. The law is already there.
NCDC has urged the public and vendors to cooperate and be responsible. Esther Bralinwani, NBC National News, Port Moresby.